Mabel, how you doing? Well, that's good. So what'd you think of the place? A little bit of redecorating. I think it's looking pretty good. Got all our guns up on the wall. I thought you've been such a fine greeter bear that you needed a little bit of bling. How you doing, bud? Good to see you. And Ben over here. How you doing, Ben? All right, guys. Well, we are here at Redfeather Falls. I was just looking at my upgrades to my lodge here. I'll tell you what, I am on the hunt for a good whitetail, because we certainly got some nice whitetail that we've picked up, but I'd sure like to find a truly dandy whitetail. We've got some great mule deer and other critters going on here, but I tell you what, Mabel, I'm all painted up and ready to go, and we're going to start at the Darkwood Lodge over on the eastern part of Redfeather Falls, and I'm going to go see if I can find us a truly dandy whitetail to put in here, because I think you need yourself a mighty fine whitetail up on the wall. What you think? All right. Well, then I shall see you after the hunt, and hopefully I shall have success. Wish me success. Why, thank you. I shall return. All right, well, now that we've said good morning to Mabel, like I say, we are at the Darkwood Lodge here, over by Archery Addictions, and let's take a look at the map. What we're going to be doing is doing what's a pretty common walk for me. We're going to be heading on down past a sharp curve in the road, towards the ponds, heading over towards this kidney-shaped hill, which I call Kidney Hill, and then over here to the stand. We're going to see if just maybe we can pick us up a nice whitetail. We're going to get our scent eliminator on. I have got my handy dandy recurve bow and my trusty rusty lever action 30-06. Not taking any sort of pistol with me today. I've got my face painted up properly and my hunting gear on, and I guess it's time for us to do it. I did hear a doe earlier, but no bucks just yet. So let us go ahead and start working our way up there. Starting out at 7 a.m., fairly active time for the whitetail here in Redfeather Falls. I've been meaning to make a trip to Piccabean Bay and see these new magpie geese that we've got, but I just plain haven't. And I don't really care for Piccabean Bay, to tell you honestly. It makes me feel weird because our characters there seem to shrink down to the size of teenagers, and all our clothing is too big, and it's just kind of weird. Alright, so we do have a doe off to the southwest, but it's a beautiful morning and we got a good chance of finding some Roosevelt elk and some whitetail in the neighborhood here. Now, of course, you guys know I tend to take her low and slow rather than running around like a knucklehead, and so it can take us a little time to cover the territory. But I'm happy to say my channel is back on the mend. I was associated with a network that really wasn't doing a whole lot for me or by me, and I wanted out from under them because they were taking money basically for doing nothing. And so I had kind of calmed my channel down and done very little for quite a while, except for doing some Russian Fishing 4 update videos. And I think we're gonna wake the old Squatchcraft channel back up and get back into business. Usually this curve in the road up here is a good spot for Roosevelt elk, and not a bad spot at all to start picking up on some whitetail. It's actually pretty quiet this morning, and that gets me every time. Right off there in the distance we got the animals for Archery Addiction, And there's that one moose stands up on that hill. And I happen to glance over there and I see him off in the distance standing on that hill, and he gets me every time. And it's just settling right here and just give a listen now that we're getting up near the curve. Well, it does seem mighty quiet. Nothing but the crows. So we're just gonna keep on moving. Now, a lot of times it's not until we get past the curvature in the road and cross down into the other side that we start to pick up bucks. Oh, there he was, though. We got us a whitetail buck, and he's right down by the road. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay low and slow. And we're going to work our way over there and see what we got. We're going to get into this cleft here so that we aren't presenting any kind of line of sight. We're going to keep moving at a crouch so that we keep our noise down. Very important thing to know in this game is that if you can walk through something, it does not provide you any visual cover. And so when you're trying to keep yourself hidden, you want to make sure that you use the trees and the stones that you can't walk through. I'm trying a little hunter call of the wild, and tell you, I just can't get into it. There's some things about that game that just make me crazy. One of which is that, you know, the warden never stops interrupting you over your cell phone, and then your character's constantly fidgeting, and low and slow and silent and still is the hallmark of a good hunter. Alright. Now there's a good chance we could call that feller up here, but I'd like to slip down and see if maybe we can get eyes on him before we set a patch and worry about all that. He should give us another snort. We should be able to keep track of where he's going. We're just going to take our time. Oh, there he is again. Alright, so he is right down on the road there. And if we can manage to make our way to that hilltop right over there, we should be able to get eyes on him. Now the road can be a little bit loud. That is a little bit of a concern. Once we get across, we'll get quiet again. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to go prone so that we can work our way right up onto this hilltop here and get a look down at him. We hope, anyway. Keep an eye out, make sure he doesn't come up over this crest while we're climbing up here. He's taking his time moving around. Now, I've not really taken a darn good whitetail in a while. Now, I took a 174 a while back. He was dandy. But you notice, like this down stuff right here, we can go right through that. That means it does not provide any kind of concealment. Let's just creep on up here, see if we can get eyes on him down there. There he is, right there, as a matter of fact. Let's take a look at this feller. He's looking pretty good from here. Oh yeah, he's not bad. Let's get the spot on him. He could be a 160. That's his range. He's 68 meters out. Just see if we can ease sideways to the tree here. Once we got some cover, we'll come up into a crouch with our bow out. And he should come moseying right through there. Let's get a marker on that tree right there. See how far that is. It's only 9 meters out, so he shows himself. Anywhere on this hillside, we should be good for a shot. There he is. Wait till he's behind the tree and pull our binoculars here to get a range on him. Of course, I like a 20-meter shot with the bow. Come on, feller. He's not being very cooperative, is he? Ooh, I hear him. He may step right into view here at one side or the other. We're just going to use the tree to our advantage. We got our scent suppressor on. He's right there. There he is. Let's take him. Beautiful shot. Make sure we don't have any other deer coming in. Alright, let's go get a look at him. Beautiful pocket shot. That shot right in there takes him through the lungs, heart-lung region. Not a bad. Oop, let's find out where this fellow's calling from before we check this buck. He's right up over there. Well, let's get this feller collected up. Let's see if we can take him. There you go. Body, right lung, heart, left lung. That was a classic shot. We're gonna not get too carried away with this because we got that elk over there. We're gonna get our bow out. Make a nice adjustment. I think that's not a bad looking shot. We're gonna lift his head just a little bit, get his nose out of that rock. There we go. Let's take the shot. And we'll accept that. We are gonna taxidermy him. And we're gonna go prone. He was right up there. This could be a watershed day. That's the beautiful shot right there. Right through both lungs and the heart. There's no way he's going to recover from that. Now let's take ourselves on up here. I think I hear him. He was right out over there somewhere. Just gonna stay low and move slow. And we'll set up a spot, see if we can pull him in. Don't know if he's a big fella or not. think there's a real good chance that he was headed down over the hill over there. So what we're going to do, we're going to get up right over here. Come on. Making an awful lot of noise here. Kind of surprised by how much noise we're making crawling. See if we can spot him out there anywhere. I doubt it, but we'll look. You know, I was so happy I got that shot and took that buck. I didn't even see what his score was. See, you know, there's so many guys. They're after the biggest one, and they're just wild about getting the biggest animal and stuff. And for me, it's just the thrill of the hunt, and I forget to check things like that. All right, we're gonna push up over here now. I do have to say, I'd be mighty pleased to get a big old monster elk. We got a decent Roosevelt up on the wall, but we're just going to ease down the incline here. There we go. And from here, if he's out there within sight, anywhere nearby, we'll pick him up. I'm not seeing any sign of him. Alright, let's come on up. Oh, there he's giving us a holler again. Same fella. He's up on the curve of the road. Right out that way. He's a fair ways out there. Alright. 23 meters to that tree right there. We're going to ease up. And we're going to set up a patch. And see if we can pull him into us, see what he looks like. I'm real pleased we haven't had to travel very far to get some action this morning, so we're going to come right up by the side of the tree here. We're going to... That's moose scent. I don't want moose scent. I want elk scent. Come on. There we go. Hit a little elk spray. Give him a holler. And then we're just going to move back to about 20 meters. With a little bit of rain, should be good. It's just 10 meters. I think we're actually going to see if we can head right back here. This should be about 20 meters dead on, which is a nice shot with the bow. If he's an absolute monster, we might take him with the 30-06. There we go, 24 meters. Not bad at all. Now we're just going to keep an eye out for him and see if he's willing to come this way. Just going to check my arrow situation here. Now, we got one arrow left in this stack. And in theory, we do this right, it should only take one. be patient. But he might have kept on moving. Let's check her scent suppression, make sure that's still solid. Should be. Plenty good there. Alright. There he is. He's not much of a feller at all. Though he may not be alone, so we'll see what he does. He should come to the tree. We should have a shot on him if we want him. Let's see if that's the same fella or not. Yep, it is. There he is. Let's get a look at him now. Yeah, he's not real big at all. But I think we'll take him anyway. Depends on where he steps to. There we go, just like that. Well, yeah, the heck with it, we'll take him. And we're just going to hang tight for a moment, just in case he wasn't alone. Get my arrows up here. There we go. I do like the tracer arrows. They sure make it a whole lot easier to tell where you hit them. Mark your flight. I can say that my accuracy with the recurve is definitely based in having been able to make lots of shots with the tracer arrows. Gotten used to the fall off. Real life, I'm a feller who definitely prefers a recurve bow to a compound. There's so many things to recommend a compound bow. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are an amazing piece of technology and the most magnificent evolution of modern hunting gear. But there's something very primal, and there's a whole lot more mistakes you can make. The more complicated the gear, the more possible it is to make a mistake. And with the recurve, you gotta make a decision, and you gotta make the right decision. And I tend to not commit to a shot quite so immediately with the recurve as I do with the compound. The compound, I'll just whip back and let fly. The recurve, I take my time. But let's go up and see what we got here. He's not much of an elk, but that sure was a pretty shot. Get a look at this fella. Beautiful heart, lung, blood there. Right through the front of the shoulder. Body, right lung, heart. You betcha. And he's only a 72, so we're not even going to worry about a trophy shot with the fella. We're just going to continue on. But another harvest with the recurve bow, and that's a good thing. Sasquatch, Sasquatch, knocking on the trees, chucking rocks and screaming like a troop of chimpanzees. Sasquatch, Sasquatch, running around my place. Are you the missing link, or are you from outer space?